Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. The PTR has been rather quiet over the last couple weeks or so, until the last 24 hours, where we've seen a couple of changes, including a developer's note that was posted over on Wowhead earlier yesterday, and then Azor, who is the main guide writer for Wowhead, has already posted their feedback on Wowhead as well, and that's what I'm kind of looking here at right now. So I'm not trying to piggyback off their hard work. They did an amazing job of writing everything here on this feedback, seeing some good ideas for implementation, and then kind of doing a lot of number crunching here. So again, please be sure and check that out if you'd like. I will put a link to it down in the description of the video. I did basically have it up just so we could talk about what was already in the previous video I posted like at midnight this morning. Oh, I should have been up, but you know, insomnia sucks. Anyway, so basically what's happening with Hunter's Mark is if you're new to the game at all, so first off, Hunter's Mark is an ability that all three Hunter specs get, whether you're Survival, Marksman, or Beast Mastery. And outside of PvP, it has no use whatsoever in PvE currently. That's apparently going to change in 10.2, whether we see this version or a different iteration of it. But in PvP, basically, if you have that pesky rogue or that feral druid, if you can get that Hunter's Mark on them, that means you can see them when they're nearby out of combat, that sort of thing. So it's basically PvP only. But right now, what Blizzard is looking at doing, on the PTR at least, is that whenever you have Hunter's Mark on the target, it increases all damage taken by that target by 5% in the first 20% of its health. So until it gets to 80%, after that, then Hunter's Mark is pretty useless. They've changed Hunter's Mark. It's still on the GCD, but it does, if you use it in combat, it does incur a 20-second cooldown when you switch. So that's one of Azor's main gripes here, is that it feels really bad on Mythic Plus and AoE. Definitely causes problems. I definitely agree with that. And like I said, I'm not gonna try to steal too much here. They have some great ideas about putting it into Sentinel Owl. I would like to go on a different route just because of how few points we have to move around in the Hunter tree to begin with, particularly on the Marksman Hunter side of things. But just making it a 2% damage increase overall would be just fine, or adding a 20% into it. So it'd be like the 80-20 zone, like our old Careful Aim, when we're doing our most damage, which is going to be in the first 20% and the last 20%. That would make a ton of sense. And something that I thought would be kind of cool, and I touched on it in my previous video, is going to be about how you apply it. So for example, this was my idea, and I thought this would be kind of fun. And Azor does state in the write-up that it needs to be better. If you're going to give Hunter a unique utility for your raid comp, and you want to have at least one Hunter on every one of these big raid teams, this could maybe even help even further. So for example, my suggestion would be to, like, you have each one of your hunters are going to have their main ability. For Marksman, it's going to be your aim shot. For Beast Mastery, it's going to be Kill Command. And for Survival, it's going to be Mongoose Bite. So this is something that I thought of, and please leave me a comment down below. This is a discussion video after all. Let me know what you think and maybe what you would like to see added. So whenever you use your main ability, X amount of time. So the example I was giving was like 3 times. Within a certain time frame, it will automatically put Hunter's Mark on the target that you are taking on or cleaving off of in a Mythic Plus situation. And then, so you don't have to incur that GCD, you don't have to worry about the 20-second cooldown if I moved it around, all that sort of thing. So whenever you hit the same target with 3 of your main ability, and 3 is just a number that I thought of. So when you hit something with 3 aim shots, super easy to do on an opener. If you hit the target with 3 of your Mongoose Bites, super easy to do on an opener. If you hit your target with 3 kill commands, super easy to do on an opener, and it will put a dot on your target, which will be called Hunter's Mark. And then that target is taking 5% more damage from all damage sources. That would easily get Hunter's Mark up on the target. You don't have to worry about min-maxing it. It just happens because you're doing your rotation like normal. That would be for all 3 specs. It would easily be done. And then it will be up on the target for X number of seconds. So for example, let's just say you have to hit 3 of your main abilities on a target. Great. Then they have Hunter's Mark on them. And then, for example, let's say it's up for, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. But whenever you hit them with 3 more of that same ability, it refreshes it. So if you're doing your rotation correctly, you should be able to keep up that buff almost the entire time. That would be super easy for your average hunter, whether you be Beast Mastery, Marksman, or Survival. It gives you true raid utility because you're the only class that can bring that. That meets the goal of what Blizzard wants, and it doesn't feel bad. So like, let's say you turn and you fight another target in a Mythic Plus situation. That's great. So I'm cleaving off of one ad because that's normally what I do. I'll interrupt something if I need to get interrupt kicks, dropping a trap, something like that, and I'm going to cleave off of one target. And then that would allow you to put Hunter's Mark on that target. It's usually your healer, big interrupt, something like that. And then you cleave off of that. So that trick shots damage is going to be increased by 5% because it does a percentage of what the main hit is on the enemy. So if that enemy's taking 5% more damage, they're also going to take more damage because of it. I think that would be a great step in the right direction. I could be completely wrong. That is complete theory crafting. But again, please read the write-up over on Wowhead. This is not going to get changed for the better, or Hunter in general isn't going to get changed for the better and have more representation in higher item level situations, whether that be high Mythic Plus or high Mythic rating, if we don't continue to give them feedback, see what doesn't work, see what does work. I would encourage you guys to leave me a comment down in the comment section. As always, I appreciate your time, and thank you for continuing to support me here on YouTube. This has been such a fun experience, and I cannot wait to get into 10.2 with you guys very soon. It sounds like it probably be right after BlizzCon, so it'll be in less than 2 months, most likely. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.